Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sinllor Entertainment Picks. Now, this is episode 2, and I'm going to continue on with this, no matter if it is successful and no matter if it is technically not being watched. I just enjoy doing this. For those of you who do not know, this is a show where I pick out a few forms of entertainment, 6 forms to be exact, and I give my opinions about them and some insights about the entertainment themselves on things that I have found out about them, which is just facts and what they're about and everything like that. This includes books, movies, TV shows, anime, manga, and the live adaptation of those two, content creators, and a song that I like to listen to. This song could be mainstream. This song could be internet inspired. This song could be new. This song could be ancient. And by ancient, I mean like Beethoven-ish era. Either way, welcome to the show. First things first for you guys is that I am an avid lover of reading books. I love books. As you can tell behind me in my bookshelf of entertainment, I love books. Look at all that. Look at all of this. Some of these books are older than you, the viewer. Some of these books I didn't get till I was much, much younger. In fact, some of these books are actually almost 20 years old. That's right, 20. Not just talking about the release, the actual age of the book, 20. So, I love reading a book, and I loved this book. I loved the movie. I enjoyed the book even more. It is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. Now, this is a lot different from what you necessarily see in most things. This is actually relatively new. It is well over 30 years old. It was actually released in November 20th, 1990. That's right. Again, this book is older than some of you, but this book in itself is quite new because of how it is binded. This is leather bound and it feels so cool. I got this book because it looks awesome. Didn't know how much I would actually love the book Jurassic Park. Basically, if you don't know from the movie, it's the same in the book because the movie is actually based off of this. It's a cautionary tale about genetic mutation. Basically, they found some dino DNA and used frogs and other lizards to, finish up the DNA sequence because theirs is slightly uncorrupted to make dinosaurs. As you can imagine, that doesn't go too well. In fact, it goes horrible. People died. A lot of people died in this book. A few people died in this book. I'm not talking about levels of Game of Thrones type of thing where it's one book, someone dies. Still, it's a cautionary tale. It's a sci-fi techno thriller that some of you might enjoy. It is a thriller. The suspense is, it just kills you from page to page. And I absolutely loved it. This is one of the books that I've only read once. I do plan on reading again on my own leisure. I wanted to read it to see how different it was from the movie. And I've got to tell you, love the movie. Watched it when it came out. I think I watched it later on in the 1990s. Almost, I think maybe I watched it in 2001, 2002. I still loved the book better. And yeah, I actually have Jurassic Park #1 on VHS. I'm looking at it right now. I've got Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3 on VHS right down there. Well, behind me, down there. I love this book so much better. It's so much different from the movie. the movie got a lot of things right, while the movie also got some things wrong. But I enjoyed this. Now, this book and this cover is around $30, maybe even cheaper because of maybe some deals you might find or whatever. I bought this at a Books A Million, or you can find it at a Barnes & Noble or whatever type of bookstore you want to watch. Or you could go to your local library to pick it up and read it for the weekend. There are a few things in here that you'll have to Google. I did. I wasn't that smart. I'm still not that smart. Either way, I love this book. You should go read it if you are wanting a very difficult read. I say it's difficult because there's a lot of scientific words and scientific vocabulary in there that I had to Google. It's an advanced level type of book for me personally. Again, I'm not a professional when it comes to this. I just give my honest opinion on things that I like. I love this. Go check it out, and hopefully it'll be your book pick too. Now, as I've said before, I love movies. It's one of the forms of entertainment I indulge in. Look behind me. Movies, shows, comedy, an epiphany of so many things. You look at that. That is 4 Scorpion King movies. Did you know there are 4 Scorpion King movies? I bet you didn't. A cacophony of movies. There's even like 8 of them. Not even in this picture. This is a picture. It's a green screen. Still. All of these movies, and I wish I could pick more, but I want to do one pick at a time for all of you to be able to watch. And one thing I did actually enjoy was The Dark Tower. Love this movie. I didn't see it when it first came out. I saw it later when I bought it. This movie is fantastic. Released in 2017 in August. This is based on a Stephen King novel. Like, I'm going to go find the novel, and it's going to go to the shelf. It's going to the shelf over here because, again, look at all these books. There's books you don't even see. They're down right here. Look at them right now. There's 5 books you don't see. And also, a few books I'm trying to write. They're not going to be released anytime soon, if at all. I love this. It stars Idris Elba, Heimdall from Thor, and Matthew McConaughey. Now, if you don't know who Matthew McConaughey is, you should probably pause and look up the plethora of roles he has been in. He hasn't been in many roles. It is a plethora of parts and movies and everything he's been in. This is a well-known actor. Basically, he's well known for going, all right, all right, all right. If you know that meme, that's Matthew McConaughey. Either way, he's been in a lot of movies. And this, he is a villain. Yes, that's right. Basically, and I'm going to read this off for you guys. Let me go ahead and bring up my little handy-dandy notebook, in which I've written this down so I don't get anything wrong. 11-year-old Jack Chambers experiences visions of a warlock, the Man in Black, Matthew McConaughey, who seeks to destroy the tower which holds together all realities and realms of the world. He got into trouble and was about to be sent to a psychiatric facility when he noticed that the people trying to send him to the psychological facility were actually monsters with human skin on them. Yes, monsters wearing human skin. Scary. So he decides to run away to a building in which he finds a portal to another world. And this goes to a world that the Man in Black resides in. He finds himself in what's called Midworld and meets a meets a gunslinger named Roland Deschain. A gunslinger is basically a nice, good old warrior who is basically trying to go after the Warlock. Together they travel to put an end to the Warlock schemes. Join them in seeing how that unfolds, and please watch the movie. Now, I thought this was going to be bad when I first saw the trailer. That's why I didn't watch it. But I saw this. I saw guns, Matthew McConaughey, Idris Elba, which I've already loved as an actor from his time as Heimdall. He may have had previous roles I do not know about. Sorry, Mr. Elba. My apologies. I know more about Matthew McConaughey because my mom drags me to movies and theaters. By the way, I love you, Mom. But Idris Elba most likely has been in a lot of roles in many different films. Fantastic actor that I know from Thor movies and Marvel. I didn't know what to expect from this. I didn't. Loved it. It has suspense in it. It is on your toes. It's got some funny parts to it, and it's absolutely just action-packed. I love it. I might actually watch it sometime tomorrow. Who knows? But I hope it is your pick, and please stay entertained when watching. Up next is a TV show. That's right, I watch a few TV shows. Now, this being either on Netflix, regular TV, or some streaming sites. Who knows? My pick for you is going to probably kind of controversial. It is the show called Lucifer. Now, I hear you religious nuts. Hold on. Lucifer is not based on the biblical Lucifer. It's not. It's actually based on a DC Comics devil. That's right, DC Comics has its own devil, and this is what this is based off of. And the character is by Neil Gaiman. Yes, the Neil Gaiman that you probably see a book behind me for Nordic mythology. Yeah, that Neil Gaiman. See, he's right up right there. Neil Gaiman. Respectfully, Neil Gaiman, Sam Keith, and Mike Dringerberg. So they basically made this character in DC Comics, and Fox picked it up for a show. Now, Fox picked it up for a show for about 3 seasons. They dropped it, and then Netflix picked it up and did amounts of everything to it. And it went for, I want to think, about 2 or 3 more seasons, and rightfully ended on a happy note. I actually loved the ending to it. But Lucifer, the devil in the DC universe, abandons hell in order to seek a life of absolute freedom and decides to be a nightclub owner. While there, a friend of his, who he basically gave a favor to, visits him, and he witnesses her murder. At that point, he wants to find justice and decides to become a consultant to the LAPD, along with Detective Decker. Watch as his role unfolds and surprises aplenty. Now, this show has a few actors you may have heard of, and some of you may have not. I personally don't know what other roles or films they have been in or shows, respectfully. Lucifer, also known as Lucifer, played by Tom Ellis. Lauren German, who plays as Chloe Decker. Kevin Alejandro as Detective... Let's see, I think it's Detective Daniel. I could be wrong. And D.B. Woodside, played as Amenadiel, who is an angel. And last but not least is Leslie Ann Brandt, who plays as Maziking, his right-hand demon. I love this show. It was a little quirky. I really didn't get into it in the first episode, truthfully. And then it started growing and started being funny. I'm like, this is great. This is awesome. Wow. And then I followed through with it, saw it, didn't even know there were more seasons at one point when I went to Netflix, and I started watching it on there and absolutely loved the ending. It's a little bit of supernatural mixed in with kind of like superheroism, and it spins the tale, kind of. Some things based on biblical terms, also things based on the the DC Comics, respectfully, of course. But loved it. Didn't know I would, but I did. Love the show. Love everything that happens in it, and I love how every part plays out. Make sure to watch it, and hopefully it will become your pick as well. Next on the list is a double feature. Usually this is a triple threat with the manga, anime, and live action adaptation. This one does not, so it is a double feature. The manga and anime in question is Wise Man's Grandchild, also known as Kinjo no Mejo. Give me a minute. I have a list. Kinjo no Mejo. Yeah, just call it Grandchild's, Wise Man's Grandchild. You'll find it on, respectfully, you'll find it on a manga reading site, as well as Crunchyroll or any other anime viewing streaming sites. It was first introduced as a light novel by Tsuyoshi Yoshioka in 2015, and then in 2016 it was illustrated by Shunsuke Ogata, and that so far has 19 volumes going on. And then the anime itself only aired for 1 year. It aired from April to June in 2019. Now, why would I pick something with only one season and maybe an anime you'll find fully translated in 19 volumes? The thing is, it's really cool. It's great. It's awesome. It takes a little twist. Here's the thing. If you know about Isekai, you know what happens. A young salaryman, obviously, young salaryman was killed and reborn in a world full of magic, dragons, demons, everything you can think of. He was born in that world, but he retained his memories. He didn't lose it. He retained his memories of his past previous life and was raised and trained by the sage of the world named Merlin Walford. Now, this Merlin Walford, or the sage of the world, raised him as his grandchild and gave him the name of Shin. Shin Walford is the protagonist and basically his grandchild. And at one point, he was introduced in the world, and unfortunately, the grandfather taught him so much magic, he didn't teach him any common sense about the world. So, he decides to go to school to learn how to be a normal person and not just some overpowered character. Please read and or watch his journey to become a normal man in society. I love this manga. I love the anime. I've seen the anime once or twice, all the way through. Loved it. I love the action in it. I love how it was portrayed from manga to anime. It was great. I haven't read the light novel of it. I did, in fact, read the manga up to date so far. I love it. Don't have any books on it. I haven't bought a manga in many, many years, and if I did, I'd be broke. Not gonna lie. Also, I'll have no room. Oh, right down here, below the Roxio Game Capture that is now retired. Right down here, you see that little line? That's manga. About 30 manga. Now, I know what you're thinking. 30 manga. That's not a lot. I have no more room in this room. I have a 7-foot by 4-foot desk, I believe. Double check. Oh. All right, pulling out the props. That's right. Oh, okay. It is a 6-foot desk. And about, what was it, 3 feet long now? 3 foot. I have a 6x3 desk. This room is only about 8 foot by 8 foot. Possibly. Maybe it's 10 foot by 10 foot. I don't know. I don't have a lot of room. I have this big old green screen right here. Trying to shorten it down. Maybe make this a little taller, scoot it this way maybe a little bit, raise this. You get something to make this a standing desk, raise this up, move it that way. Maybe put some bookshelves back here and get myself a little zoop green screen. But I can't. I have no more room. This shelf, these shelves right here, I've got a little bit more room for movies. I've got a lot of room for more movies. Right there where the games are, you see that little space right beside Ghost? Got that much for games if I want to buy some. You know the situation with movies. Or not movies, books. These are all full. And I'm still buying more. Like, for the books alone, I need to buy more bookshelves. And I only have enough room for about 4 or 5 more manga on a shelf. And they're in stacks of 3. So yeah, not much room I can have. I have this desk. I have a writing desk over there that I honestly don't use. May work something out. Don't know. Either way, what room do I have? But I think you should check this anime out. You should check this manga out. And I hope it is your pick. During this time of year, about the end of the year, almost the beginning of the year, it is that time for football. And I know some of you are sighing, ew, football. I used to be one of those people. But there is a content creator that has made me enjoy football a little bit more with his comedy. This content creator is the Chiseled Adonis. Link is going to be below down in the description for his content, for his channel to check it out. Now, some of you may not like football, and that's perfectly fine. I didn't like football, but I started getting into it because of his comedy, because of his laughter, because of how he makes it fun. Football's already boring, especially with the questionable touchdowns and throws. And yeah, I've seen a bunch of videos, even me with barely any knowledge about football knows it's questionable. Now, for those of you out there, what do you mean by football? What are you talking? American football. Not soccer football, American football. I apologize. He may do some videos, but he takes videos, breaks them down, and basically makes examples, has some fun, does some comedy. It is fantastic. I absolutely love it. He basically takes a plethora of games throughout a day, especially on Sundays when there's like, what, 6 games? He takes them, condenses them down to some of the parts that are important, what are funny, breaks them down, basically makes them funny for you. I love his brand of comedy. Love it. And his brand of comedy is so welcoming, especially if your team is losing. I'm looking at you, Steelers fans, Lions fans, Browns fans. I'm sorry you were doing so well. Cowboys fans, no one likes you. Sorry. Especially in my region. Sorry. Also, Dolphins. Good job so far. Don't fuck it up. It's my one curse word of the day, by the way. And, you know, his also brand of comedy could be great when you've placed a bad bet. Sorry for those of you who have placed bets thinking your team was going to win. It's not how it works out, but it's okay. So please check out his YouTube channel. Check out some of the videos he has done, and please give him some love and support him on all social medias. And actually, he has a Patreon as well where he puts up videos, and you get some stuff. He's got merch. He's got videos. He's just a good time to watch, especially in days where maybe you're feeling down and you need a good laugh. Trust me, he'll give you a good laugh. Check him out. Give him some love. And Chisel Adonis, if you do watch this, I hope you have a wonderful day. Now, to end this video, as I have ended the last video, it is going to be a song. Now, I have been on a kick for nerdcore. If you don't know what genre that is, just Google it. You may find a bunch of stuff. Respectfully naming these nerdcore artists off: Fable, Daddy Fat Snaps, Schwabity, Game Boy Jones. Let's see. I think its name is Stream Steady. Steadicam. Sorry, it's midnight. My brain is fuzzy, and I apologize if I screwed up your name. These are some artists I respectfully labeled off. The last video, it was Divide Music, which was a song that made this big old boy cry. But we're here with a nice R&B type of song, kind of like a good vibing song. There's some piano in it, some good beats. It's fantastic. This song is by Fable, which I'll put his description and everything on there, as well as his channel link. The song I am talking about is Palace in the Sky. Such a fantastic song that he wrote. A fantastic song that it was produced. I loved it. I play it all the time in my car, in my headphones, at work, when I sleep, everywhere. I play it everywhere. Now, it's a fantastic song. I hope you enjoy it. Check out Fable's channel and give him some love. Maybe subscribe, download some of his music from YouTube. Respectfully download it, put it on a playlist, jam it out at work, jam it in your car, jam it while you're doing dishes, taking a shower, mowing the lawn. Jam it so your neighbors will get annoyed. Do it. And give him some love. He does have some merch. Please go check everything out for him. His social media and his YouTube will be down below as well. That's all I got. I really... And yet again, we've arrived at the end of the episode. 30 minutes. Maybe less. I gotta somehow make these episodes smaller. Not gonna lie. I apologize. But if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button for me. I want to know. If you like this video. And tell me if you enjoyed any of the picks that I have given you. Don't forget to also like the content creators I have chosen, and also like the song I have picked. Please be respectful in your opinions down below as well. In the comments, if you didn't enjoy it, just say it wasn't your cup of tea. Doesn't say it wasn't your thing. Or, thank you for choosing this. I read it a little bit, watched it a little bit, heard a little bit. Wasn't my thing, but it did give me open ears. I want this show to be a little bit of a comfort zone breaker, maybe a small pick here and there for you guys, and just suggest. So, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I will be doing more of these, as well as, of course, gaming videos as well. Hit, ring, smash, dong, bong the bell for notifications of when I go live, when a video goes live as well. Thank you guys so much. Love you all, and please stay entertained. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.